Hollow verbs Qal perfect. Okay, let's look at the Qal perfect. This will be a short module. It's really only one thing I want to say. And just looking at this, you can see what it is, right? I've highlighted these. And if you've been tracking with my other modules, you know I call this is just my own way of calling things, but I call this the second person switch. So we've moved, when you move from third person, 3ms, 3fs, down to second person, we have a switch of some sort. Same thing here. And we see this in other forms as well. We see it in the hiphil, in the strong verbs. We see it in all the three hays. And we're going to see it here in all the hollow verbs except hofal. And it's actually quite an important feature in the nifal and the hiphil, because when we move from third to second person in the nifal and the hiphil, we'll see that there's more than one change that happens. What we see here is the kind of change we've already seen before, where the theme vowel reduces. Now, I don't know, I guess you can call this your theme vowel. Theme vowel or first root vowel. In this case, we only have two letters, so I guess it's functioning both as first root vowel and theme vowel. Anyway, we have comments, and comma, and the comments reduces to a patach. So we have patach for these, back to comments in the third person, masculine plural, and then we have actually common plural for the perfect, and then we back down, reduced to the patach. Okay, that's all this text says, just what I just said. We have a second person switch. The theme vowel changes, shortens before consonantal suffixes. Remember, the reason this is happening in the second, well, it's not just second person. I call it second person because we're moving from, if you read down the column, moving from third to second, but it's also first person. The important thing here really is that you have consonantal suffixes. And it just so happens that the consonantal suffixes in the perfect show up here in the second and first person. So anyway, so we have this reduction, shortens, the theme vowel shortens before consonantal suffixes. I'm saying here that this is an important feature for the hollow verbs in particular, and we also see it in the hiphils, the three hay, all the hollow verbs except hofal. What happens in the hofal is, like most passive, or at least the pual and the hofal, the features tend to get homogenized. They all sort of become the same, and so you lose this distinction between third and second person. And we also see it in the geminate verbs, our last set of verbs, and also in the PL. We saw it in the PL, at least in the strong verbs. Okay, so second person switch in the perfect of the Qal perfect of hollow verbs. Next, we'll look at the active participle.